What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the OddsShopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks, the OG version. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Why am I talking quickly? Well, because I'm not going to miss a minute of my Minnesota Timberwolves playing basketball here. And that game starts in 15 minutes because it took forever to be able to get through all of these MLB plays. We got 15 of them. We got 3 in the NBA. But let me just recap this. Absolute smash here on Tuesday. Premium Discord plays were just hot fire. And not to even, this video is absurd. It was Bobby Portis nuke, absolute nuclear bomb dropped by Bobby Portis today. That felt good for the lock. People have been clamoring for a lock. I gave it to you, and the man delivered. As for Will Smith, he is goated. Home run there late in that game. The absolute shootout there. How did I not end up on that over? But it is what it is. We got the Will Smith homer added to it, the over 1.5 total bases added to it, split that up. And yeah, it's going to look good here in the old unit track. And we'll see. We have 3 home runs that are going to look really nice if we can get those quarter unit plays through. Corbin Carroll, Oranda, and then Corey Seager here. The 3 guys that I was kind of focused in on that. Lighter in the home runs, thank goodness. Just coasting a little bit here on Tuesday, but Ryan Feltner over 3.5 strikeouts felt really, really good. We also got on the under for Christopher Sanchez. He got hurt. I hope he's okay. But the whole point is Lindy 5. You guys want to jump into the premium Discord and get everything for tomorrow? Lindy 5. It's just $5 for a week. I want to make it affordable for everybody to be able to try it out. Yeah, it's a little bit more to be able to join it over the course of the week and month that you would be joining it, but it pays for itself. I can guarantee that over any long-term sample size, there are so many happy people in there for a reason. I can help you make money in sports books, pick'em sites, whatever you throw my way, we can help develop a strategy. And then obviously you can just sign up, get the plays, and get the heck out if you don't want to socialize. But I'm a social individual. So we're going to get ourselves to this video as I talk with producer Jacob, or I guess I'm just talking with myself technically. Whatever. Let's go Minnesota Timberwolves, I hope. I did bet their +6. That almost feels like an insurance. No. Lakers will probably win by 7 now. Whatever. Let's get ourselves out of here because it's been a good day. Let's talk through the plays. Process first. Producer Jacob, let's get to it. Lovely day. Lovely day. Lovely day. Morning baseball is like my favorite. However, there's only one game in the early window, and it's obviously not on your screen, that I'm interested in. We got St. Louis, Atlanta, San Diego, Detroit, and Philadelphia and New York going on in this early window, all starting at 1:10 p.m. Eastern time or earlier. Only one of them I have a play in. Let's talk St. Louis and this Atlanta side. Miles Mikolas and Bryce Elder. Obviously, I'm leaning towards an over, but wind blowing in slightly here. And Miles Mikolas hasn't been as brutal. 89.1 exit velocity off the bat. Now, does it show up in the ERA? 7.64? Absolutely, it doesn't. But he's got a 4.63 expected ERA, kind of in line with where he was last year. 8.5, still asking for a lot from St. Louis and Atlanta here in their current iterations. San Diego, Detroit, that is what's hanging up next. Oh, we're not going to talk about the Elder one. We don't talk about Bryce Elder on the Atlanta side. We have Reed. Why am I even talking? Reese Olson, 49.2% hard hit percentage, 20.2% K rate. I never know what to make of him. And Kyle Hart, the southpaw here for San Diego on the mound, that helps neutralize a little bit of what I'm looking at on the Detroit bats. Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter, you know the fellas. Obviously, Spencer Torkelson's been hitting lefties and righties, but over 8 in that ballpark still feels a little bit thin. I think you can get enough from Olson to just keep the back half of that lineup at bay. And obviously no Luis Rojas, obviously no Jackson Merrill. There's a number of pieces on the San Diego side that are going to be missing for another week or two. Phillies, Mets, that's up next year. Last in the morning window, I really wanted to try to find something else. I ran props. I did everything I could. And yet all 3 of these end up on leans of the over. I just think they're a little bit thin. Even though you get that 1:10 Eastern time start time for all of 3 of these, I still don't find the temperatures all that appealing here, and the ball shouldn't be flying as much. And this is the one game that it really shouldn't, considering the quality of these pitchers, David Peterson and Zach Wheeler. But I think this has a little bit to do with the 46.6% hard hit by David Peterson. But both of these pitchers are pretty darn good. I don't want to try to go pick against these Phillies here with a southpaw or try to force them in against a southpaw. And Zach Wheeler on the other side, even though there's a lot of lefties in that Mets lineup that can cause problems, I'm staying away. Mariners, Red Sox. Now we head into that afternoon window, 6:45 Eastern time, 3:45 Pacific. Hancock, who's actually goated, because I ended up playing FanDuel where you don't get that refunded first 5 when they have the pitching change. And boy, oh boy, Emerson Hancock came through when it ended up not not being Logan Gilbert there in that start, first 5, going up against the Toronto Blue Jays. And Sean Newcomb on the other side, 47.1% hard hit, 356 expected slugging. One of those is good, one of those is bad. I'll let you guess which one. Yeah, I do see Seattle money line and making a case for Hancock, doing a great job of limiting power, doing a great job at just natural pitching, but a 622 expected slugging. Yeah, that is way up there, and only a 22 batted ball event sample size. I'm going to let that one even out before trying to take a plus 115 stab here in Fenway. Let's move ourselves along to the next batch. We've got the Dodgers and the Cubs. We got the wind blowing out here on Tuesday, and that came to fruition, even with Imanaga, even with Dustin May, who's looked better until today. That first inning evisceration, both of them, but Will Smith cashes the ticket. He's goated. I do think the Cubs money line is interesting. We're probably going to get a bullpen game for the Dodgers, which, it's not something unfamiliar to them by any means because they've been doing that for years and years and years. Kershaw still building up there in AAA, had his first start here last week. You've got a number of different options that they can start this one off with, but Matthew Boyd is the starter here on the Cubs side. I'm a little surprised by this line. Boyd's been awesome. Sub 30% hard hit. He does give up the fly ball contact, but it looks like the wind should be pretty neutral in this spot. I'll reevaluate it in the morning. Toronto, Houston, over 8.5 is going to be my lean in this direction. This one doesn't have a ton to break down for you in any way, shape, or form, purely because I think you get enough from Bowden Francis, even though it's been a brutal start to him after I was expecting a lot with his second half of the season. Oh my God, Freddie Freeman double. 8-7 in that Cubs game now. Wow. Anyway, 54.1% hard hit, 400 XWO. But yes, I am watching baseball, waiting for my Timberwolves to start. Ryan Gusto, he doesn't have much of that gusto, I can tell you that much. 51% hard hit. Also, a lot of problems when it comes to what are we going to get with the ground balls? Only a 36.7% ground ball percentage. I think you know by now, you get fly ball pitchers in a spot like this with Crawford boxes out there to left. And the righty, it's obviously going to have to pull the ball there against him. It's harder to do, but you look at some of his pull percentages. I think that's kind of an underrated spot here. He's been good at avoiding, some of those pulls, 28.6%, but this is Toronto Blue Jays lineup that's number 1 in baseball in WRC plus against righties to start off the season. So over 8.5 to my lean there. The White Sox, the Twins, I do not trust my Twins. Sam, I do not trust them with green eggs and ham. You do get David Fiesta. We can take a look at the strikeout stuff with that changeup that I talk so much about, but it's a really good pitch. And yet, White Sox plus 1.5 ends up grading out the best for me. Usually, when it's the White Sox, you should probably stay away. I don't want to talk about what I'm witnessing from them here, even though they're up 4-1 right now, bottom of the 8th. We go along to Texas and Oakland in this spot. Yeah, the totals, they're just showing up ad nauseum here. That's 5 leaned overs that we have in terms of totals on the board for tomorrow. I do see some offense, so we'll reevaluate and take a look at props in the morning. Maybe it's a good opportunity for an afternoon Lindy's Live if people are interested for that. A little bit of process, probably just over on X if I decide to do that. But for the Rangers and Athletics, I do want to see the bullpen usage from Tuesday night. That game about to start in 10 minutes. So yeah, there's that. They start usually after the 10 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Pacific time. But Rocker and Sears, Rocker's just been getting hit up. I generally like JP Sears, although the strikeout stuff is never all that tantalizing. Throws a lot of four-seamer change. 3.62 expected ERA is pretty darn good. It's got me freaked out. That's why over 9.5 is not on the card. Ooh, are we to the locks portion? Nope, we're not to the likes portion. I have no locks on the card for this one. Oh yeah, let's just get to the likes now. As I said, I'm moving quickly. The Reds, the Marlins, and in this one, friends, I'm just going to give you the first 5 under 4.5. You look at these pitchers. Brady Singer and Sandy Alcantara have had brutal starts relative to expectations for each of them to start off the year, but the advanced metrics look really good for Brady Singer, and he's got a 1.27 whip, even though the 3.80 ERA looks up there, 3.38 expected ERA, so I expect positive regression for him. And for Sandy Alcantara, he's just starting to get his bearings here again after Tommy John surgery. I'm going to keep moving my computer this way. And I know the Miami Marlins bullpen is not my favorite. They walk a lot of dudes. It freaks you out. But Cincinnati, outside of Ellie De La Cruz, outside of Matt McClain, outside of Blake, that's a lot of people who run. That's why it's going to be a first 5 under 5.5. I need Sandy out on the mound to try to avoid that Miami bullpen. Named off a lot of fast dudes. They're going to probably run on that bullpen, and I don't trust that, considering they get the 9th inning bump Cincinnati does. So, first 5 under 4.5. By the way, that was minus 125 on DK. We got the Yankees. We got Cleveland here in this spot. And got to tell you, Ben Rice is hitting the ball very, very hard. This is also progressive field. I've talked about this ad nauseum. It plays way, way up for power. And it's Carlos Rodon on one side, Luis Ortiz on the other. And Luis Ortiz, he's goated by me, but not because he's good, because he is the pitcher that we targeted with lefty power all the time last year, with one in particular, double dong, Corey Seager. Yeah, Luis Ortiz is that guy, and not in a good way for them. Fly ball contact, 49.2% hard hit. He does have strikeout stuff sitting around 25%, but Ben Rice, really good at the hitting. 689 expected slugging, 8.7 degree launch angle comes up a little bit here, considering you get a guy who has fly ball contact, again, north of a 14% launch angle last season, 13.8 this season. Give me Ben Rice to go yard. Anything better than plus 375. Saw plus 400 and he had a jack today. So hopefully this doesn't get completely nuked on it, but I will eat the quarter unit on no matter what. If this opens inside plus 350 at progressive, I'm going to lose my mind. Baltimore, Washington, and I want to go to the Washington money line. Hear me out. We got Sagano, and Sagano is going to just get gono very soon. 568 expected slugging, sub 10% K rate. It is really not working out for the Japanese dude who's coming over here. Decent enough stuff, was good at avoiding massive contact over in Japan, but it hasn't panned out for him here the same way that it has for my guy Yoshi, for the same guy Imanaga last season, although we did expect some negative regression, that's for sure. But Trevor Williams, friends, Trevor frickin' Williams. Yeah, we're going to be backing him here in this spot because of the price. It is price and probability at the end of the day. Plus 104 on the money line. There's a plus 120 at DK right now. So a number of different ways where I think we can get value. Yes, Baltimore's starting to heat up. They're heating up. Gunnar Henderson and company. But I think Trevor Williams did just enough against Sagano. Baltimore bullpen hasn't been as sharp. Yeah, we're going to keep it going. Colorado plus 1.5 taking on Kansas City in this one. And I like the under 8.5, even money. This one's straightforward. It's the Rockies out of Colorado. I don't trust them whatsoever. We ended up on that under nicely. Ryan Feltner over on the strikeouts. That was nice. German Marquez, Michael Lorenzen. I know they're not your favorite backs. I absolutely despise both of them, but Lorenzen has enough of a pitch mix, four-seamer, sinker, cutter, slider, change, curve. He should find something that is effective against these Rockies bats that have been ice, baby, one guy over a 242 expected batting average in Mickey Moniak, who plays every day. Otherwise, it's Aaron Schunk, who doesn't. What is going on with this baseball? Oh, yeah, we all expected them to suck. Under 8.5, I like it. Way too high of a number. And that under 8.5 is even money at Caesars. 3 more plays. Let's round it out. Pitt, LA. This is as easy as it gets to me. The Angels going to be thrown out on the mound. Kokonowicz, and the cock is not soft. It's hard. He's giving up hard contact is what I was trying to say, of course. Sorry if you have your kids in the room. But anyway, we got O'Neal Cruz. He hits the ball hard. 393 X12, a 54.3% hard hit. Everything is check. Like Teddy KGB. Just check. Paid that to me on his manies. Give me even money or better on O'Neal Cruz over 1.5 total bases. Bang, bang, gang. Let's go. Tampa Bay at Arizona. Ooh, yeah, we're running back the exact same thing. Just put it on the screen. Do I even need to break it down at this point? Jonathan Aranda, Corbin Carroll. I have the Timberwolves to watch. We're not wasting time. Same shit as yesterday. Quarter. I ended up on both of them for what it's worth. Bet both of them. Plus 390. Sniped a Corbin Carroll. Plus 360 over on Noving. And then it's now plus 305 right as that game started. So hopefully he can do something. And then Aranda is very good. Milwaukee Giants. No time to waste. Over 7, I love this spot. I think this is way too ridiculous if you ask me. Fastball Freddy going up against a team in San Francisco that's really impressed me. I know Fastball Freddy's been awesome to start off the season, but he's a fly ball pitcher. Doesn't matter as much in San Francisco, that's for sure, but I don't love the Milwaukee pen behind it. And Logan Webb, he's found a new type of action on this sinker. Lots of breakdown on the sinker changeup that I went through, and could probably do that live. I think it's very fascinating, but it's Logan Webb, and I think this is just too much respect considering this is even money on the over. The most popular numbers that you land on in baseball is 7 and 9. Those are your most popular numbers. We're going to push this a lot of the time, and I'm okay with that. It's also a spot where I think that plus 100 can really come through against, I'm really looking at the San Francisco side, but it's pretty appropriately priced. I think over 7, we move along. But before we get to the NBA, bet 5, get 150. Here are the states where it's available: Iowa, Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Illinois, Louisiana, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, Kentucky, and North Carolina. Come on and raise up. Take your shirt off, twist it around your head, spin it like a helicopter. Bet 5, get 150. Minimum to $10 deposit bonus. Minimum odds of 500 or greater. So you deposit $10. You bet 5 of it on anything minus 500 or greater. So it could be minus 450 and be fine. You'll get 150 in bonus bets only for 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. We got to get to the NBA. Let go. Game number 1, Boston taking on Orlando. The massive piece of news: Jason Tatum going to be out for this one. He's doubtful, and that in the playoffs means you are not playing basketball unless you're trying to throw a red herring. Why would they do that in game 2 here? And that's why we're seeing plus 10.5. Low variance basketball, sub 200 total, lots of stuff where we can very much find some investment with Jaylen Brown, actually. Jaylen Brown sees a major spike to his assists here, and I definitely like the over of just about anything that has to do with him. But plus 150 at BetMGM right now? Yes. Jack Nicholson meme, yes. Actually, that's a gif, yes. Next game. Miami, Cleveland. Boy, oh boy, is this a tough one. I'm just going to make it a quick lean for you. Cleveland, who won that game last time out? Ty Jerome off the bench was exceptional. He has played himself into rotational minutes, and if he does this and he just gets hot hand, I think you just keep riding it. But here's my problem with betting it. It's now moved to 10.5. It was sitting 9.5 last game. It's the same exact matchup, same exact circumstances, and things could not have gone better for the run out for one Ty Jerome. As for Miami, best of luck to you. You don't have enough three-point shooting to hang. You just don't. Haywood Highsmith out there throwing graveyards, and it's really tough to watch. I feel bad for nobody. Miami didn't really make any moves, then they gave in to Jimmy Butler. But Ty Jerome over 10.5 points. Speaking of Jimmy Butler, let's get to a play. Another light coming your way to round out the show. Golden State plus 3.5 taking on Houston. This was an exceptional basketball game. Old school, rugged, early 90s ball. I thought you'd see Patrick Ewing or Charles Oakley elbow somebody in the face. Draymond Green and Alperen Şengün, they do not like each other, it would appear, getting in each other's faces. Also, Draymond Green going on podcast talking about himself like he's some goat. Shut up. You played basketball with Steph Curry. Shut up, you doofus. As for Steph Curry, he cashed us over 4.5 threes plus money last time. That felt good. Shout out the news god, Loco, my guy. He runs the Discord. He takes care of me in the Discord, if you will. Also, amazing support at oddshopper.com. Shout out the news god for that play. We talked through it. We ended up cashing, but oh my goodness. Golden State plus 3.5. I'll just snag the points here and let the game run out the way it will. Total 203.5. Houston will make adjustments. Jalen Green could not have played worse in a million years. They've got to get some ball movement on the offensive end. They cannot stay as stagnant as what they were. They can't have Jalen Green create and score 28 meaningless points. Again, they got to make looks for him. So Golden State plus 3.5. That's my favorite of the two NBA plays, but I have the same amount on them, both half unit plays. And Jaylen Brown, actually, this one has 0.55 units, so that is what it is. Jaylen Brown, half unit on those assists. Let's get out of here. Ooh, look at that. Sub 20, producer Jacob. The haters said it was fake. And that does for a speedy edition of MLB and NBA Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to the comment section below. Let me know that you're a happy Discord member. If you haven't checked out the Discord, Lindy5, $5 for your first week. Would love to see you. Anywho, that is all that I got for you today. Go Timberwolves. Gonna go watch this one immediately, tipping off in about 2 minutes. So well done by me. 10 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Pacific time. We out, yo. So some of you will really like that 30 minutes yesterday, sub 20, unless I keep talking. Nah, I'm done. Thank you, producer Jacob. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB and NBA streets on Wednesday.